You are the face of God. You are the face of love. I hold you in my heart. You are my family. You are the face of love. You are the face of love. I hold you in my heart. You are my family. You are the face of God. You are the face of love. I hold you in my heart. You are my family. You are the face of love. You are my family. You are the face of love.
I so love starting with that song and seeing each other. Good morning.
Morning.
I'd like to read something to you from Tony Bame's book, Synchro-Divinity. I am on. Let's see, am I on? It says I'm on. Yes, I am on. See that green light? Watch this. On. Aha! That's how I can tell. Am I on? Let's see. Can you hear me better? Okay, maybe I was talking too softly. All right, let me read this to you. My story begins with simple observation. Over time, I began to observe that seemingly unrelated moments of awe-inspiring synchronistic epiphanies were occurring in my life experience. I began to label these events synchro-divinity. Additionally, it appeared that the more curious I became about these synchro-divinity events, the more frequently they began happening. Soon it became undeniably evident that each time a synchro-divinity experience occurred, there was something for me to learn and then to take action on, all of which began shifting the interior landscape of my being. During the writing of this book, from the initiation to the natural conclusion, I held a conscious intention in my heart for the reader. The intention was that through participation with the energy and luminosity imbued within the pages of this book, a desire would emerge that would invite the reader into a sense of grand possibility, curiosity, acceptance of what is through conscious shift, and a capacity for spiritual maturity. From a sense of being curious, the reader would begin to notice that invisible, energetic, gossamer threads of synchro-divinity are interwoven into many of the events occurring in their life, in your life, right now. Possibility for what synchro-divinity means for their life and experiences when recognized and accepted would result and invite them into next steps for soul growth and subsequent spiritual maturity. As I began to observe that the events of synchro-divinity were occurring in my life experience, I noticed that there were similar dynamics that seemed to transpire within the context of each event. I'll read you a little bit more in a little while. Synchro-divinity is one of our new core values, and I love that we wrote it in, and I want to make sure that we know what it means so we can talk about it. When somebody says, what does this community stand for? I want to make sure that we know that any of us here can share that message. So I'd like to start this morning with our vision, mission, and core values. And Mark is doing some magic back there today because some things are not working like they normally do. So we're going to be extremely patient because it's coming. I have faith. There we go. We'll start with our mission. Let's say it together. We are an affirming, heart-centered community co-creating spiritual evolution. So you did hear that synchro-divinity is a catalyst for spiritual evolution, yes? Okay, let's do our mission, Mark. Vision. Helps if I give clear messages. We are illuminating pathways for humanity to embody divine presence. Remember those words, embody divine presence. Think about what that means to you. We are creating pathways, shining a light on pathways that allow us to embody who we really are. Now I'd like our core values, please. Our core values are collaboration, compassion, authenticity, innovation, and synchro-divinity. So if you are here for the first time, you just heard everything you need to know about this community. This is what we're up to in the world. If you are brave and would like to raise your hand so we can say good morning to you, please do that if you are visiting for the first time or the second time. Fantastic. Glad you're here. Thank you for joining us. If you are on Zoom, please open your screen so I can see your beautiful faces. It doesn't matter if you're in your pajamas, we don't care. There you are. There you are. Good morning. So behind every name and every square is a real person. And those real people are part of this place. And they are joining us energetically. And I invite you to consider that that possibility is about as magical as it gets. Because at the core, we are energetic beings, and energy is bringing them into this space. So please, if you will, open your hearts and see the three-dimensional picture that you are being invited into their homes. Notice that you are invited in. And friends on Zoom, Scott, I see you. I hope you're recovering well. Scott just had surgery on his knee. Please, friends at home, see us. Notice that we are inviting you and bringing your energy into this space so that we are one community. Good morning. Good morning. Let's see what else is on my list. Oh, how's your birthday skill this morning? Are you ready?
Yep.
How many of you have August birthdays? Okay, if you have August birthdays, you have to stand up. So we can, and Linda Anthony, wherever you are, we know you have an August birthday. Oh, it's Richard. Okay, well, I made a mistake. Richard, good morning. Shall we?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear. Happy birthday to you.
Yay. If you were not in the room this morning and you have a birthday, happy birthday. And if you are watching the recording and you have an August birthday, happy birthday. I'm going to try and get everybody covered. Okay? How are you today? Good. So many in this room, I am so proud of you people who were here until late last night and showed up this morning. Many in this room were here last night to visit with our friend Matthew, who is with us this morning, and thank you again for a most amazing experience. If this room feels a buzz with energy, it's because it is. It's because it is, and I feel the blessing of that today. And I am just so thrilled to have you join us, Matthew, and to have this happen in our community. We had some lovely new people here last night, which is really important, right, for us to let people see what we're up to. And we did some deep meditation. And I want to invite you to connect with that energy, because energy, we know from science, does not dissipate. We know this about our bodies, right? We know when we leave our bodies that the energy that is us moves on. We know that energy transforms. It does not dissipate. So I want to invite you to actually use last night's experience today. I'd like you to close your eyes. I'd like you to feel your feet deeply connected to the Mother Earth below you. To remember that we are one with all that is. That the earth holds us, carries us, provides for us in all ways, from the air we breathe, to the clothing we're wearing, to the food we ate this morning, all of that gift of the earth. I invite you to settle really into your body, to recognize the gift that it is, that it's the way, the vehicle by which the Holy communicates with you. To really, in this moment, offer gratitude, to feel gratitude in your heart for the wonder of this physical form that brings you here. And to let yourself be so filled with gratitude that you're nearly overflowing. And if that nearly overflowing nearly causes you to smile, then I invite you to entertain that desire, to let that smile be felt in your body, in your heart space, and to rise to your lips, to let the smile of wonder, the feeling of oneness, and the wholeness of this experience bless you as we begin this morning.
This song is the Peter Mayer's song, and it's one of my. I mean, I've got like 100 Peter Mayer songs I just completely love, but this is one of my top 100. How's that? I was born the son of storms, brother of the sea. There are shards of ancient stars inside my hands and feet. Old mountains know me, old stones tell my story, and wolf and loon and sun and moon call me family. But cars and roads have shod me so I cannot feel the earth. The city's hum steals me from the cradle of my birth, and creeds loudly spoken tell me earth is not my home till I'm cut off and all but lost in this modern world. But come back, calls out the ocean. And come back, murmur the trees. And come back, whisper the blades of grass along the path. They say, come back. So lay me down upon the ground beneath the countless stars. Send me wind upon my skin and rivers through my heart. And great powers around me, help me feel you, help me see that our urban dreams with their machines cannot keep us apart. And come back, calls out the ocean. Come back, murmur the trees. Come back, whisper the blades of grass up along the path. They say, come back. And come back, calls out the ocean. And come back, echoes the breeze. And come back, whisper the blades of grass along the path. They say, come back to me.
Thank you.
Oh, what am I, chopped liver? No, I'm joking.
I'll share mine. Woo. We forget that we are attached here, right? We forget who we are. We get up in this head of ours and we forget that we are people of the earth. What an amazing thing it is to just if we just did that today, would you be different when you walked out of here? Yeah. We would be different. We need the regular reminder. Last night, when we were in Matthew's workshop, I had what I call a thresholding experience. And a thresholding experience is when the universe says to me, come back. You have forgotten who you are. You have forgotten to be. And last night was very much a reminder that I am stepping forward again in that circular way across the threshold that reminds me my feet are on the mother. I am connected in every breath with something so powerful, so holy, so amazing I can hardly fathom it. With something that feeds me, nourishes me, makes sure that every step is stable, provides everything that the people I love need, including myself. How massive is that? There would be no us without this. So I thank you for that experience, Matthew. It was quite phenomenal. I'm going to ask you to indulge me this morning while I tell you a little story about my own life. I don't do that often, and if I do, I try and keep them short. This is a little longer story, but it's important to the understanding of synchro-divinity as it shows up in my life. What I'm holding in my hand is a medicine bag. Used to be much longer. I had to tie it up this morning because it broke years ago. This medicine bag I made in February of 2010. And I was running the Colorado Echo Spiritual Center at the time. And that year, some of you know that I had an experience at 12 where I wanted to be an altar boy, was told I couldn't be an altar boy, and was told that because I'm a woman, I was never to step up here unless a priest invited me. I was here to get married, or I came to clean. True story.
Wow.
So I went home and told my mom, I'm not Catholic anymore. And my mom said, you're Catholic till you're 18, then do what you want. And I did. And I have such honor for that happening, because that happening, I would not be the person I am today had that not happened. I have such gratitude for the priest who played that role in my life, because it set me on a path I could not have imagined. And so going back to where we were in it would have been October of 2009, I had left the church at 18. There are a few years between there and 2009, and never intended to come back into another church. In 1996, I was ordained as an interfaith minister to serve in a community way, and I did that through the Colorado Echo Spiritual Center, and I had no intention of ever doing this. In fact, Lawrence, who was the minister here at the time, asked me several times, because I was teaching for the women's group, would I consider being an associate minister? And I said, not only no, but hell no. I do not want a congregation. So in that February, I was invited by the Jesuit chaplains at the university in Omaha to come and teach a class about how we seed our lives from a very earth-based position. I have no idea. Come back to the Catholic Church as you are and teach what you know. It was a massive full circle year for me. Massive full circle year. And I taught a class on medicine bags and how to fill a medicine bag with seeds for your future, and to imagine what it is to grow something in your life, to at some point actually open the medicine bag, plant the seeds, and see those little spindly twigs that come up, those little threads of life, and recognize that the dreams that you're trying to grow are so fragile when you begin. And they become stronger and stronger as they grow. So I taught that class there, still wowed by that. And I taught the class here, and I taught it 8 other places in Colorado Springs. And every time I taught it, I used this medicine bag. And then it disappeared. And I could find it nowhere. So I had that year, that September, the September prior, closed the Colorado Echo Spiritual Center, not really knowing where I wanted to go or what I wanted to do. And when I made this medicine bag, the prayer that I put in it was show me. Show me what is mine next. So Lawrence came to my office one day, and I had, like I said, I had lost the medicine bag. I could not find it. My greatest horror was that it might be at the monastery where I stayed, that somebody was going to find it and they wouldn't take care of it because it's very sacred to me, and they might not really understand how sacred it was. But I could not find it. And Lawrence came to me, and I was scheduled to speak here on the 10th of October. And on the 8th of October, he came to my office, and he said, I've given my resignation to Unity Spiritual Center, and you're speaking this weekend. And by that time, I had been speaking here on and off for a couple years and doing other things. And he said, I don't want you to walk in cold because the board's going to ask you for some help. So I was prepared that if the board wanted me to speak occasionally, I would do that. I was very prepared for that. I walked in that morning and sat in the same office I am in right now, which at that time had Lawrence's great big desk with all the wizards along the front. Yeah. And I came in and sat at the desk, and right here was this medicine bag. And I looked at it, and I was speaking about ancestors that day, and I thought, okay, well, something will come because it does. And I picked it up, and I didn't give it a second thought, and I put it up here on the podium, and I spoke about ancestors. Never called me, had no need to go back to it. So when it was time to go, I picked it up, and I walked out to the parking lot, and I had it in this hand, purse over my shoulder, reached for the car handle, and thought, oh, my prayer for this was, what is next for me?
Wow.
Yeah. So I sat in my car. It was October. It was cool. I left the door open, and I called Lawrence, who was at Unity Village, and said, how long has my medicine bag been on your desk? And he said, the one with the blue beads. I said, yeah. He said, I don't know, when did you teach that class? Sometime around the first of the year. 5 times I spoke that year prior to that day. And every time I came in and sat at that desk, and I never saw it. Wow. Was completely invisible to me. And I said to him, my prayer when I made it was, what is next for me? Show me what is next. And he laughed, and he said, I've been trying to tell you this for a while. And I said, please tell me there's something else. And he said, oh no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I think you need to talk to the board. And so I shared my story with the board, and that is how I got here. That doesn't happen by accident. That is not an accident. That is a constructed path that Spirit led me down that was so powerful that I could no longer deny what I was being invited to do. And when I came in here, I did not know whether I could do this job. I did not know whether I would be welcome here or I would be struck the first time I stepped up on this platform. I did not know what was going to happen. My agreement with the board was, I'll do this for a year. Let's see what happens. And 6 months into it, the board asked if I would stay. And at 6 months, I knew I was staying. And I said, as long as the community is in favor of it, and we held a meeting, and 97% of the people in the room said yes, stay. So I was here for 11 years, gone for a couple, and now I'm back. And I still have this. I still have this. And I have kept it, and I carried it in. It lives on the shelf in my office. And it did not occur to me until today that I probably should plant these seeds. There is real life living inside this bag, and I have been so in the wonder of this experience that I have held it right here. So sometime soon I will do that. But it's one of the most precious stories of my life because it is a moment that I cannot deny the impact of the holy. That somehow all of the things in my life were stepping stones to get me right here, right now, and every day. And that, my friends, is what synchro-divinity is. Synchro-divinity is not just synchronicity. Synchronicity is, hey, Myrtle, I was just thinking about calling you. Cool. Great when that happens. Fun when that happens, right? That's synchronicity. Synchro-divinity is something magnificent. It's living in the wonder of the way the divine communicates with you every moment of your life. With every breath, if we could see the air, we would see the divine. There is this magical, invisible elixir that surrounds us that we take into our body and release over and over thousands of times every day. What if that's God? What if that is the holy bringing us to existence? Because you've heard me say it before, you know this. 4 minutes without it, we're off. We're off the planet. What if every single breath you take is the holy communicating with you? You have life. Yay. You have life. Yay. Right? What if we responded with every breath like that? Oh, another breath. Ah, I'm here. How amazing would that be? It's that simple. And yet it's that complex. Because we don't know what the breath does in the body, really, unless you happen to be a doctor who studies that system. We just know it works. So everything in life is talking to you, talking in the voice of the holy, which is not necessarily English, folks. Every creature that crosses your path is a potential message. Every leaf that falls in front of your face reminds you. Every time you place your foot in the wave as it comes up to greet you, you are encountering God. Every moment of your life. That, my friends, is synchro-divinity. That we are aware that we are never separated from what we emerge from. That there is no space between me and thee. There is one. Any more than there's any space between your breath and your body. That is pretty dang amazing. And I don't know about you, but I could write about that all day long and never find enough words. So when we are blessed with a song like we just heard, and invited, called back, come back from the city, come back from the cement, come back from the asphalt, come back from the headiness of your job, come back from what has to be fixed in the house and what your kids need from you and who's relying on you for what. Come back here to this breath, to this body, to this connection. Come back and step forward. Because it's never back. It's always like this, right? Spiraling around and around and around. When we talk about synchro-divinity as a core value, we are saying, I am willing to do that walk. Our core value as a community is that we will walk in synchro-divinity. You might not have understood that when you picked it, but I did. It is a phenomenal way to complete our vision, mission, and core values. That the last word we say is synchro-divinity. That we are going to be here and present and allow ourselves to be magnificently blessed by the wonder of co-creating our lives with awareness of the holy. Because you know, the holy doesn't go away, we do. The holy is not stepping away and going, yeah, let me know when you're interested in talking again. It's still breathing you. I'm here. I'm still here. Here I am. Did you notice? I'm still here. Are you here yet? Want to come here? So what if every single thing that you encounter in your life is the holy living with you, as you, through you, as one? What if every cloud, what if every political candidate, what if everything you encounter that we name with judgment, right? We name with judgment. But what if everything that we encounter is moving us, is a catalyst for us to decide how we will live, who we will be, what we will do, how we will do it? What if every single thing you encounter is a gift? Did that make you smile today?
Yeah.
Could you believe it? Yeah, I believe it. And I invite you to embrace this word. Throughout the month of August, we're going to talk more about synchro-divinity and how to exercise that muscle. Not just what it is, but how you can actually live it. We're going to talk more about that. And I'm hoping that you will play this awareness game with me. So this week, I just invite you to please take forward from this place awareness of your breath. Just your breath. Everything else that happens is frosting on the cake. But every time you notice you're breathing, say thank you.
Thank you. It's incredible. It's a Joni Mitchell song. Bows and flows of angel hair and ice cream castles in the air and feathered canyons everywhere. I've looked at clouds that way, but now they only block the sun. They rain and snow on everyone. So many things I could have done, but clouds got in my way. And I've looked at clouds from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's clouds, illusions I recall. I really don't know clouds at all. Moons and Junes and Ferris wheels, the dizzy dancing way you feel as every fairy tale comes real. I've looked at love that way, but now it's just another show. You leave 'em laughing as you go, and if you care, don't let them know. Don't give yourself away. And I've looked at love from both sides now, from give and take, and still somehow it's love's illusions I recall. I really don't know love at all. And tears and fears and feeling proud to say I love you right out loud. And dreams and schemes and circus crowds, I've looked at life that way. But now old friends are acting strange. They shake their heads, they say I've changed. And something's lost and something's gained in living every day. I've looked at life from both sides now, from win and lose, and still somehow it's life's illusions I recall. I really don't know life at all. Bring it on, then. Bring it on. Bring it on. Just bring it on. I mean, if we're going to go there, let's just go there, okay? You know.
That's right. The most amazing thing happens with the music here. Have you noticed? The most amazing thing happens. Like, how many of you, while you were listening to that, actually thought, wow, really, I'm caught up in the illusions of life?
Yeah.
Right? Like, I'm caught up in the illusions of what I think I know. So I just invite you, while you're paying attention to your breath, to notice, really pay attention to what is real for you right this moment where you are. To really be with that and to collaborate with the divine in such a way that you affirm that the illusions no longer get to control your life. Speaking of illusions, sometimes time passes so quickly, doesn't it? Hey, Yolater. Mark, would you please ask Yolater to come here? Come here, my sweet friend. This lovely woman is our brilliant administrator, Yolater. Who is the invisible person and never comes and stands up here with me, right? When I came here, everybody said, you can do almost anything, don't mess with Yolater, she's amazing. And they were right. So August 1st was 1 year that Yolater has been with us. Yeah. Yeah. So I want you to stand there while I step down here and everybody stands up. And we would like to offer a blessing for you. If I can remember, who remembers the blessing? We don't have Linda here. Go. We bless you. We appreciate you. And we behold the Christ you are. Thank you. Just thank you. Like, thank you. We do so much appreciate you and all the good that you. She's like, let me get off this platform, Ahriana. Yeah. We are remarkably blessed, aren't we? Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to miss a moment of that, nor do I want to miss the sweet little giggle that's coming from the back row, which is Little River in the back. Turn around. That sweet little elf back there.
Oh my
Aw. It's important to notice, isn't it? It's important to notice. So I know there were several of you who talked to me and said that you could not be here last night. Is there anybody who was here last night that would be willing to give us just like 5 words about it? Raise your hand, come up, come here.
It was a deeply meditating experience for me, and I took several journeys. One was when I was a kahuna back in Hawaii, and another one was just on a wonderful trip to Switzerland, and I recalled events from that trip that I had not even thought of, but it was like, because I was in such a deep place, I could remember those remembrances came back. So I'm not sure how it happened, but I loved it. So thank you, Matthew.
Yeah. Anybody else? I'm looking at you. Don't look behind you, Debbie. Would you like to share anything? You can do it from right there. Yeah, we left here last night saying, are we ready to drive? Are we ready to drive? I take the time to ask people to share because Matthew is going to Austin and then he's coming back here, and there is another opportunity for you to spend some time with him when he is in Denver. And I will, in this week's e-blast, include the link to his website where you can find all those dates and all that information. It is a remarkable blessing to have someone who can take you into that altered space with music and sound. It is a remarkable kind of life-changing experience. And you heard me say I had an amazing thresholding experience. I want that for all of you. I want you to have the opportunity, if you choose it, to see one more way, to experience one more way that Spirit brings you through. And you know, sometimes we're hesitant to send our people off to Denver or any place else because you are our people and you belong here. And I know that when you go out to have this experience, what you bring back will deepen everything that you're experiencing here. So I really want you to hear, not only from me, but from other members of this community who had this experience, how truly profound it is. And Matthew hasn't been here for a decade. So it's not like he lives right up the road. He lives in Vancouver. So it is a blessing that we were able to have you here. Thank you for so much for saying yes. And I really want to encourage you to take advantage of the opportunity ahead of you to experience what we experienced or go experience it again. Okay? All right. This week I met with a group called the Launch Pad. Down here on 19th Street, they're building an apartment complex as you drive towards the grocery store. Have you seen that? It's called the Launch Pad, and it's a apartment complex for young people between the ages of 18 and 25 who are without a home. And there are 50 apartments, and they have full counseling, full security. It's a really amazing thing that is happening in the neighborhood. And we as a board talked a little bit about how we make them welcome and how we support them. And one of the things that we talked about was how would it be if we did a dinner once a month? We don't care where you go to church or if you go to church. We're not trying to, do anything. We just want you to know you're welcome. We see how hard you're working to get your life started, and we're going to feed you some good food. Come, if you like. Would you be willing to make a meal for that once a month? Fantastic. So Debbie Lacey is going to follow up. The lady who is in charge of that, Jolinder Hyam, actually is a member here who hasn't been here in quite some time, and she walked in because Debbie had been trying to find her and she lost Debbie's number. And she walked in and said, I can't be here this weekend, but I think I'm coming back. So, again, synchro-divinity. How do these things get moved? It's a mystery. I so appreciate who we are in the world. I believe that abundance is not about finance. It's about the heart opening to give in all the different ways that we get to give. And then that circle I was talking about keeps happening, doesn't it? What we put out comes back around and around and around. So this morning, as we go into our time of giving, I say to you what I always say, which is if today, for whatever reason, no judgment, giving does not feel free for you, don't. Give as you open your heart into this space. Give freely, knowing that as you give, your life continues to be blessed. But not, I'm giving so I get the blessing. I get the blessing and I am free to give. Yes? Thank you. Let's say our affirmation of abundance together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
I'm telling you, we will be forever one, eternally. So do not despair or be afraid, for I am with you on your way forever, together, forever together. So in the light and in the dark, we'll simply come back to your heart, and you will find me here inside. Feel your way, release your mind. Forever together, forever together. The journey of your soul, it's a mystery to behold. It's priceless on the path, And you may think you've lost your way, but there's no price to pay. Just pray and pray and pray. So in the sun or in the rain, in towering clouds across the plains and o'er the fields and in the trees, I whisper your name on the breeze. Forever together, forever together. The journey of your soul, it's a mystery to behold. It's priceless on the path. You may think you've lost your way, but there's no price to pay. Just pray and pray, pray. So come be still, still, and rest in me. And in your breath, you will find peace. For all is well, and all are blessed. We change the world with tenderness. Forever together, forever together. Well, I told you, and we will be forever one, eternally.
Did you see that quick head turn? That was me seeing if the mic is on. We received these gifts with such gratitude, knowing they were given from open hearts and flow freely where they are needed. And so it is. Thank you. So there's cake for your lauder and cake for the birthday people in fellowship. And if you happen to be here for the first time, we have a fellowship, we have a first-timers table back there, a visitor's table, because this community has been together for a long time. And sometimes when you walk back there, you're like, I don't know who to sit with. So if you are here for the first time and you sit at the visitor's table, people will come and introduce themselves to you, and you'll get to know some of the community. You don't have to. You can be incognito and sit like you've been here for 20 years if you want to. It's an invitation, because a lot of times when people come, it's because they want to meet new people. They're feeling a pull to community, and we want you to feel welcome. So make your choice. That table is available to you. This Tuesday at 11 o'clock, we are having a training for platform assistants. And beginning, depending upon how well River and I get this together, next week or the following week, we will be reincorporating platform assistants at the beginning of the service. And I have you know that I came in and I made some changes, but I am also preparing to be out of here. And our platform assistants have an important responsibility up here for keeping the flow of the service going. The most important thing they have responsibility for doing is holding the presence of the divine, which is really the only thing Joe and I do every week. That's really what Joe and I do, is we open up and surrender to whatever needs to happen. It's a very important and meaningful position. And you may feel a tug at your heart that this is something that you would like to do. I want to invite you, on behalf of River and myself, to attend that meeting. Some of you are already on the list, have already volunteered. Great, come to the meeting. You're going to learn something. But we're not really coming in this week to talk about the order of service. We're coming in to talk about what it means to hold this presence. And if you're curious and you think you might like to come to that meeting and learn more, I want to invite you. You are welcome. Just show up here at 11 o'clock on Tuesday. In the meantime, whether you choose to do that or not, I invite all of you to hold sacred the various things that people do here. Because this is how we express the divine for and with one another, is by what we give and how we embody. Remember that? We are teaching people to embody divine presence. They have to embody divine presence at the back door. They do it in fellowship. They do it in the meditation that happens before service. You do it, whether you know it or not, when you walk through the threshold into this space. So even if you decide that being a platform assistant might not really be for you, I promise you that your time in that shared space will not be for nothing. I promise you that you will walk away with something you can use in your life, okay? Thank you for the gift of what you do. I'm going to ask you to step up here and give some announcements, and I will step away.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Thank you, Ahriana. Thank you, Joe. Okay, I am your platform assistant this day, and my name is River. And first and foremost, these beautiful flowers. Aren't they beautiful? Linda Anthony provided them today in honor of her husband Richard's August 4th birthday, and they are on Zoom. So, happy birthday, Richard. Donna Grant also provided these flowers in honor of her August 4th birthday, which she shares with Ernestine. Happy birthday, Donna, and happy birthday, Ernestine. And Donna's in fellowship right now, so she can hear us on the monitor in there. The second announcement is there is gentle chair yoga with Lenora on Mondays in August in Fellowship Hall. Has anybody here participated in that yet? It's absolutely wonderful. It starts tomorrow, August 5th, from 9:30 to 10:30, and yoga is also scheduled on those mornings, August 12th, 19th, and 25th. And all are welcome to attend, and donations are accepted. Lenora is a wonderful yoga teacher. I think you would really enjoy it. And it's chair yoga, so you don't have to get on the floor and worry about getting back up. And the Sacred Women's Circle meets tomorrow at 1:30 in Fellowship Hall for the August New Moon Oracle Gathering. We'll have oracle cards, goddess amulets, runes, medicine cards. They'll all be provided, and that's 1:30 until about 3. Welcoming New Moon, which is a great time to think about new beginnings for the 28-day cycle. And the Fillmore Study Group meets Thursday, August 8th at 2 p.m. in the sanctuary, and all are welcome to attend. Again, that's August 8th, this Thursday at 2 p.m. Please check your weekly e-blast newsletter, your online calendar, and Facebook page for all updates and events. And now, our prayer chaplain, Forrest, will lead us in prayer. Of course she does. It's what she does.
Thank you. So I noticed that these were kind of tucked away That's why I'm thankful for those. Thank you very much, Joe. Thank you, everyone, for putting the service together today. Just beautiful. So I want to thank Fellowship Hall folks and everyone for being here. This is wonderful. Please join me if I'm your prayer chaplain today. If you have anything, yes?
You have a new place to be. Prayer
Yes.
chaplains, would you talk about that?
Yes, I was notified this morning, thrilled, in the Blue Chapel on the way to Fellowship Hall. There is now a beautiful private area where we can have some prayer time. So I am going to be there waiting if anyone wishes to have some prayer time. All right? So thank you, everyone, for putting that together. I am so pleased. So please join me in our closing prayer. The light of God surrounds us. I am that light. The love of God enfolds us. I am that love. The power of God protects us. I am that power. The presence of God watches over us. I am that presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Thank you. So,
Please rise. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God our Creator. We are family. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin